Hi everyone, and today we're going to be playing Warhammer. We've never tried this before, as seen by the bloopers at all. We're going to be playing the OldenHaller Contract, which is the one that comes with the Warhammer First Edition. We are all in fancy dresses, we thought it would be fancy. I'm wearing I'm losing my cape. I'm losing my cape.
Your cape is gone.
Do you know what? I'm
Harry
Potter.
Harry Potter.
Harry Potter.
Harry Potter.
One inside out.
He is
the king of Harry Potter.
There we go, perfect. Alright, so we're going to play the OldenHaller Contract. Everyone's characters have been levelled appropriately, so no one's going to die quite a bit, hopefully. Anyway, so is everyone ready? Anyone have any questions before we start?
What are our names?
What's your name?
Introduce yourselves to me.
Well, I'm the Dungeon Master, hello.
How are you doing? Nice to meet you.
Would you like to introduce yourself and your character?
My name is Oak Small, and I am a hobbit. I am a warrior class.
Jake, would you like to introduce
I am
yourself?
Jared Stormson. Hey, I'm a dwarf and I'm a mercenary. Spider-Man. I'm scared.
No, not Spider-Man. I am.
Why is it a medieval Spider-Man?
I am alien sapien. I am an elf. I am male, as you can see. By my muscly bone cheeks.
By his masculine face.
I leave my gender
Unknown.
private.
He
Unknown.
leaves his private parts private.
I should think so.
And I am warrior class.
Guys, I thought this was meant to be PG-13.
Yeah, it is PG-13.
I'm a 55 old man who wears a Spider-Man mask. So.
Well, we all know who we can put our trust in.
Oh my god, it's like that's the Simpsons thing, Spider-Pig.
Spider-Pig didn't wear chainmail. It wasn't a crusader either. Anyway, so now everyone's introduced themselves. I'm the Dungeon Master. Yeah, that's all that needs to be said. Alright, so his hair is falling out.
You're molting.
I'm molting.
What?
Alright,
Anyway,
so we shall begin the quest.
The quest.
I have tried this before, but we are going to go down a different path. So we shall begin by reading the beginning narration. After what seems like months, your boat reaches Nullen. You're all frozen and soaked through. It is probably true to say that you'll bitterly regret buying a cheap deck-class passage on an aging riverboat. It doesn't seem a particular heroic way to start your lives as adventurers. During the course of this journey, you guys got to know each other and become friends of sort, united by the common desire to escape the grinding tendering of everyday life. So, you guys are currently on a boat. Yep. Close to the coast. And you know each other fairly well now. You're all relatively good friends. And
yeah, great.
Hello, I don't know my mother.
What's your name again?
Oh, great. You can't even remember anyone's
Oh,
name.
X Small could be your mother. That's the joke.
I'm no one's mother.
Except his own.
I have some visions of me just passing out the camera.
Jake is there, if you'd like to lean in.
Hello.
Yeah, try and stay leaned in so everyone knows she's still there. Alright. The pilot brings the boat alongside the jetty. Crewmen throw roots, the waiting dockers and ropes are lashed around massive wooden uprights and the boat is pulled into the jetty with a slight bump. The gangplank is lowered and timber cranes swing across the decks and unload the cargo. The customs formality drag on, and it's nearly midnight by the time you're allowed ashore. You try the inns along the waterfront, but they are all full. Tired and groggy, you begin to despair of ever finding a bed for the night. Things seem to be looking up when you meet a man and have introduces himself as Groslak van Eek. He speaks with a distinct wasteland accent and seems to take pity on you when he hears you are newly arrived in Nullen. He warns you that it is extremely unwise to be wandering around the city now and says, "Here's a couple of shillings and I'll get you a nice warm room, anywhere dry and clean." So you have two options: decline his help and continue trying to search for inns by yourself, which may take a while, may run into some trouble along the shores, or you can take his help and do as he says by paying him a few golden crowns, and the choice is up to you.
We can find our own inn, you don't need to spend money.
I think we should go for it. I think it's a good offer.
How old is this man?
Roll your
Also,
intelligence check.
Also,
So,
What is my intelligence check? How do I do this, my friend?
Your intelligence is
29.
You're not very intelligent, but
Oh,
give that a
thank
roll
you.
to see if you can kind of guess what its age is, or if you're gonna.
17.
Six.
you say he speaks with Wasteland accent. Is Wastelands like good area or bad? Or
That's just it's kind of neutral. Doesn't have a kind of a line.
Right.
So that's just it's just area that's been affected by conflicts and that kind of thing. So it's got also people who haven't really had a wealthy and good upbringing. So so. So
are you sure we should spend like £2 like pounds or whatever it is to like?
But then,
guy.
if we go to a proper inn, then you know how much that could cost. I don't know.
The choice is yours.
I think it's democracy. Let's vote.
Not only that, but if we can't decide between ourselves, leave it up to Spider-Man.
Well, his intelligence check has already got him somewhere. So by your intelligence roll, you look at him and you stare at his face for quite a while until he starts to get a bit freaked out by the amount of detail he's staring into his face. It's like
look into my eyes.
He gets a bit freaked out and he starts to raise the price from a couple of shillings to 10 gold crowns.
I say
because you stared at his face too much and you freaked him out.
Yeah, no.
I decline his help.
Decline it.
Decline.
Alright, so you decline his help, and he says, "Oh, that's a shame, but try and have fun tonight. But be careful of the back alleys. They can be dangerous."
Yes,
and he winks at Jared and walks off. So he's like, walks off.
Okay.
Alright, so you guys have declined his help. That may or may not be a good choice later on. You'll just have to see. Your actions may or may not have determined how the future will turn out. But you guys were wise for, instead of thinking of insults or directly thinking he is a threat, by actually thinking of it with intelligence. Except for Jack, who thought he was quite weird and stared at his face for too long.
I just
raising
stuck
the
in my
price.
sword.
You got stuck in the detail of his face. You were thinking, wow, his face has good textures. And then...
One wrinkly old man.
wrinkly old man textures.
I
Great.
was thinking about that magazine title that we saw in the shop.
Anyway, after roaming the streets for an hour or more, finding any number of inns with no accommodation, you walk down a dark, dingy lane and see a tattered sign swinging in the wind. It reads, "The Reaver's Return." There is no sound from inside the inn, but a weak light shows through a grimy ground floor window. The place looks even grubbier than the others you have tried, if that is possible, but you are desperate. So you're up to a dingy-looking tavern that is all grimy and unclean, but it is the only one that seems to be empty. So,
well, we open the door and we don't crash through it, do we, Jack?
so who would like to attempt to open the door then?
Thanks, Jake.
I'll go ahead and open.
Alright, so you attempt to open the door, but it seems to be stuck. Now, because of that, you hear a voice inside that says, "Shove it!" There is a pause of about a second, and then the voice calls again, "The door, dum-dum, just give it a good old shove." So, this door is going to require strength checks. So, what is your strength at the moment?
My strength is 4.
So, you will roll your 100-sided, just 100-sided, and you will have to get under 40.
Oh god. 50.
So, you attempt to open the door, so you hold the doorknob, and you try to shoulder barge your way through. But it's sort of a fail. It was a good try, but you just don't seem to have the strength. So, since Oak has been taken out of this situation, who has the next highest strength?
I have the highest strength with weapon strength is 51.
Alright, so if you would like to roll your
51?
Yeah, and my
wait, strength's S.
Oh, strength.
Just gonna say,
Jeez,
mine
you are
was
strong.
only 5. I was gonna say, like the Incredible Home times 2.
I'm 5, so that
Oh, you're 5. So
I'm
if
5 as well.
you roll your strength, which is your 100-sided.
Was it just this one?
Yeah, just that one. Whoa! So, you prepare to charge through, and with one swift movement, you crash through the door, smashing it into pieces. It shatters,
What?
bits of splintered wood shatters down, and you step through, and through there is a creepy old man staring at you. It's a wrinkly old publican that looks up from the bar and frowns. "You'll have to pay for that, you know," he says. So you have now smashed through his door, upset him, and try not to stare at him with too much intensity. But now you are up against the problem.
Well, you know how you
of-
didn't open the door in the first place? I think you should pay with your 400 gold.
400 gold.
Yeah.
I
What's
do
this door
have
going to be
400
made out of?
gold.
Solid gold?
It's made out of diamonds.
Oh damn.
Well, if it's made out of diamonds, Jesus, you managed to smash that into pieces. Whoa. I think you're good enough to start headbutting trolls.
If it's made of diamonds, then we can just pick up all the diamonds.
It's not made of diamonds.
It was a joke.
It was a good idea.
Diamonds. I'm gonna have to take off the crowns to make my head sway. So, the innkeeper is charging 6 gold crowns for the door. Doesn't seem like much, but you guys do have a lot of gold.
Can I try and fix the door?
It has been shattered into pieces, and unless you had any good repair skills, you have
How
no
you
chance.
just pay the 6 gold?
It doesn't turn out this door's an animal, does it?
No, the door is not an animal. You look over and see it's just a pig that's just in pieces, like. Yeah, you've just smashed it into
Do
pieces.
pay the 6 gold per turn?
I will. No, you can pay the 6.
Not 6 gold per turn. That's civilization 5.
You can pay the gold as you break the door.
Okay.
That's going to be interesting. We'll see.
Where's the lever? Where's the lever?
So, Jared, have you chosen to pay the 6 gold?
Yeah, how much for a night?
He looks over and says, "A night will cost you 10 gold. You will all be put into the same room as we are lower rooms at the moment, so you will be put into the same rooms. No questions asked, no bargaining, just get in the room."
Do you want me to pay for our room?
Yes.
You guys are so
Yes.
polite. Do you want me to pay for it? Okay. Do you want me to pay for
our
it?
room.
I'm not that guy.
It's like everyone in this,
Do you have a rubber?
everyone in this universe wants to kill you and stare at you creepily, and you guys are just, well, okay. Thank you, Jake. For demolished Jake. Don't
I
demolish
reckon,
the area with a bottle.
I reckon I should have flirted with him to reduce the price.
I'm not sure that would have worked.
Probably you just scared him further.
Goblin
You should have
guy.
flirted with him.
Yo, we need Spider-Man. Try Spider-Man.
Spooderman.
Spider-Man.
Spoon Jesus.
So is that all of the transactions done? Have you paid for everything?
Yes.
Alright, so you hand over the 6 gold for the door and he puts it to a side and says, "Oh, well, I'll make sure I get the new door ordered in the morning." And then you hand him the 10 gold and he's like, "Oh, well, my associate will lead you to the door. Have a nice night." And with that, he gives you a kind of faint smile, and he tried to smile, but they're so kind of, what's the word, stupid, angry, grumpy all the time. They don't know how to smile. So,
sort of like a sort of weird scowl.
yes, basically. So, after the money's handed over, Rudolph shows you to your room. The return is a 3-story windowed building, and he takes you to a dingy attic room. The stairs creak under your weight, and the banisters feel distinctly shaky. At the last you get to your room, you get a nice view of the canal, grins Grasser, showing the rotted stumps of his teeth. You can't see anything through the filthy windows, but can certainly smell the canal. And with that, he gives you one kind of showing. He taps his forehead with his finger and says, "Have a nice night." And then he closes the door and he leads you to it. So you are in a room, it's cold, there is a fireplace, so it is optional to actually warm the room up. There is a window that is so dirty and filthy you can't see through it. You can see a kind of rusty lock on the window and a rusty lock on the door. There are 2 beds without any mattresses, it's just metal bed frames, so that would be uncomfy, but at least it's a bed. And there is a rug that's kind of looks like it's old and it's got dust in it. It's probably got some like creatures in it as well. It's probably a troll sleeping underneath it.
Right. Well, we should light up. Well, we should get the fire going. Bolt the doors and windows.
Alright, so who would like to do what?
And
I
also I'm going to clean the window. I'm going to clean the window.
I think you two should be. You two should take the beds, and I'll take first look out. Because I think we should have someone awake. I don't trust this inn.
Also,
That innkeeper looked very, very.
Yeah. Also, the fact that he did that. Like why? Also,
So-
I've just noticed you don't weigh much, do you?
Where the same my weight?
His weight is unknown.
But my gender's unknown.
Fair enough. So,
I'm infinite now. I am Jabba the Hutt.
you can weigh as much
Two.
as as much or as little as he wants.
It's too big for your scales.
So who's going to clean the windows, who's going to lock the doors and the windows, and who's going to actually
I'm
light
gonna
the
clean
fire?
the windows.
So you're going to clean the windows, you're going to lock,
I'll lock up.
you're going to light the fire.
I don't have a choice.
It's not optional. Light that fire, boy. Do it. Okay.
My name is Spiderman, not a boy.
Light the fire, Spiderman.
Spiderman. Spiderman, light that fire.
So,
I reckon we should make Owen bend over and I'll light the match.
I think we're going to need that moment to be censored.
PG-13, guys. PG-13.
I can't.
okay. So, Jake heads to the window. Roll your weapon skill.
But
I'm going to have you use your weapon skill to clean the window. You're going to clean it with your axe.
just because if I get 99. 45, my weapon skill is 51.
Amazing. So you find a really old duster next to the window. You pick it up with some bright light of awesomeness. You start slapping that window. I'm fine. You start slapping the window with the duster, and it's just clean. Thank you.
That's how you clean a window.
Okay, clean windows. So the window is now clean. It is still dirty. Not a nice view. To be honest, I don't know why you want to clean it anyway. But it is clean nonetheless, so you can at least see through it, and the outside is visible. Okay, so Jack, it doesn't take much to light the fire. You just strike a match.
It really doesn't when no one's around you.
You strike the match, light the fire, fire's all done. Alright, you charge the door in such strength.
I slip on my feet and face palm the floor.
You charge to the door and you simply just pick the lock. And then you run over to the window, you throw Jake out the way, and you just like put the lock on. And you stand in the middle of the rug and you feel happy and like you've achieved something great. So,
Why are you staring deeply into the camera?
you're trying to freak out the audience.
Freak out?
My name is Spiderman. Spiderman will never be unmasked.
Okay, so
Spiderman.
who's going to do what?
Why is your eye thing like closed?
I'll is there a chair in this room?
There is indeed a chair.
I will I'll sit in a chair and take first look out.
It's a rocking chair.
Can I
For
move the
old-
chair? Is it like a wooden chair?
And you can
It's a
eat
wooden chair.
old grandma's
I move-
Firewood!
I move the chair so it's halfway between the door and the window.
And next to it there's a little pot of grandma's Sunday lunch.
Oh, great snack.
And what, do you guys want to sleep on the lovely bed with no mattress?
I don't think you can you? You're like too tall.
I am 7 foot, so if this bed is 8 foot long, then I'll be okay.
I'm 4 foot.
You can, obviously. Like,
I'll just go on the floor.
Alright, so since the bed arrangements have been made, everyone heads to sleep. You are so tired and exhausted, you just fall straight to sleep. Alright, so Oak stays and he sits watch for a while, staring at the window and looking over at the door occasionally just to see what's going on. So, about an hour or two passes, it starts to rain, and you, looking up, you see a face peering through the window. Whoever it is sees you and ducks out of sight. So someone seems to have climbed up the side of the building and peered inside. Now, what is it you would like to do? Would you like to just let them go? Doesn't seem like they've done any harm. Or would you like to chase them and find out what they want?
First of all, I check that... Right, so I have a pistol. So I check that my pistol is holstered properly and loaded.
Right, you go down, you see that you've buckled it correctly, and it does have its charge in there.
Brilliant. Then I wake you two.
How willing are you guys to wake up?
very. Very.
Like, seriously, if I could say I sleep, I would.
I'm up, if you don't wake up, I'm going to whack a hammer into you.
Well, that's nice to know.
Alright, well, I'm not waking up. Let's see how this goes.
So you unbuckle the window, and you lift it up to see the figure running from rooftop to rooftop. So,
You, Mr. Longlegs, follow him.
Actually, yeah. I say,
Spider-Man.
Aylin,
You're Spider-Man.
Aelin follows him because you are tall, you're an elf.
And you're Spider-Man.
You have good
And you're Spider-Man.
thingamajiggy.
This is completely Spider-Man.
Right, so,
Spider-Man.
are you guys going to chase after him or are you guys going to just let him be?
Spider-Man's
I'm going to let he can chase off.
You mean you're just Miss Key, I am Spider-Man?
Spider-Man has the best at chasing abilities.
To be honest.
So, are you willing to go?
No.
Well,
I'm quite happy in bed, thank you.
Well, you see, I'm
Rolled
going
up in my
to
sheets and
whack,
carpet.
if you don't wake up, I'm going to whack a hammer into your stomach.
You've already said that.
he's not intimidated.
Mr.
Jared.
Jared.
Stormson. Jared Stormson.
I'm not sure that killing one of our own people
it's a good
in
choice.
the first fight we get into, I don't think should be against each other.
Yeah, that is a good,
Get up, you
well
lazy.
spoken. Well
You
spoken,
lazy
Alex.
fuck.
Jack is offended and just gets out of bed. You're like, I can't deal with this anymore.
I'm gonna stay in bed. I don't choose to follow this figure. I mean, I think he's just eyeing up Oak Lauren right here.
He heard he was in town and just wanted to get like an eyesight.
But his name's Oak Small, aka Lauren.
I don't know what that means.
So, you guys are running out of time. He's running further on into the distance.
I am going to actually use my hammer and do a small swing at him.
Ah, why do you have to do this, Jared?
You didn't get up.
I block.
Bro, he's talking to the wrong guy right here.
I pull out. Can I go now?
Yep, you can go.
I pull out my pistol, I aim it at him, and I tell him to stop.
Oh, for God's sake, guys, you can't just decide to start killing each other.
What me?
It's just got
To
serious.
you, I tell you to stop. I have my pistol into your face.
Yeah, why would I pick on me?
Roll your leadership. Yes, that one.
It's 100, isn't it?
Yeah, that's 100 and that one, so you have to get lower than 56.
81.
Alright, so alright, pulls out the pistol and he's like, start, and his arm just goes limp and he just like flings the pistol into the air and just flops down, and not only that, it fires as well.
Oh
God.
And it kills the guy that's running away.
Yeah, shoots through the window and just hits him in the back of the head. Goes instantly. No, the bullet shoots straight into the wall and it's lodged there, so nice one. Now you're going to have to spend another turn loading that. But it seems like it is too late. You peer out to the window and see that the figure is gone.
We should
Does he back to the hammer yet?
I strongly advise him to cancel that action, but...
I'm not go yet.
Well,
You're not the best
you
fellowship.
butt, so I'm going to back you with the hammer because you can watch. You're going to get up.
I'm the nice guy.
No, it's.
Or
I
girl.
choose Sue.
Okay.
Gender is unknown.
I'm a girl.
I choose to whack you with that hammer.
I'm a goy.
Thanks for me, just roll that.
No, I didn't.
Did you just roll one?
No.
Oh god, that'd be fatal.
So, you charge up the Warhammer, you hit Jack and his body just splits into two. One end of him just smacks into that wall and the other end just pops into that wall.
Oh my god.
Guts and blood just sprays everywhere. And you're like, oops. I think it was a bit hard on him.
No, I like sort of fake all it. Anyway.
Roll your intelligence before you do anything else. So quickly roll against your
You're
intelligence.
stupid, Jared.
26.
Gender.
85.
Damn it. I didn't work.
Got any?
Alright, so
Oh, God.
because of that, your better will, so the good inside of you, tells you to, think about what you're doing. Stop. Don't hit your friend. Don't hit your friend with a warhammer. and you stop mid swing, and you can't control yourself anymore. You're just putting your weapon away, and you're just sitting back down on the bed. And then you guys have not only just let the guy who was watching you guys sleep get away, you've also nearly shot one of your friends. You've nearly killed one of your friends.
Well, I haven't even started yet.
And he has just woken up.
I'm just like
Hey, my gunshot woke you up. Then you had a warhammer charging at your face.
I'm not happy. I am not a happy Spudder man.
Well, we tried to wake you up and you're like, no.
Can I choose to take action now?
No.
There's nothing
I
you
got a nice pair of
can
knuckle
do. You
dusters.
should have got up earlier and I could have taken watch. You should have run after him.
Alright, so you guys have stopped. You guys have, you know, become sensible again, become mature for your age. Except Exmord, who is not mature for his age.
He's not past
He
puberty.
has not reached puberty. He's not reached Hobbit puberty yet.
No, he's in puberty. He hasn't passed puberty.
My feet are hairy.
Thanks for sharing. I'm a perfectly mature Hobbit.
Just cut that into one thing. Owen,
My feet are hairy.
my feet are hairy. Now that isn't how you determine Hobbit puberty. It's a bit like how you determine human puberty. But yeah, let's not go into that.
Right, so it is morning. You hear the annoying cries of people in the streets below doing their business, and the town criers shouting the news of the day.
Guys,
So-
just watch you through the window.
Yep, you guys are a bit still nervous after what has happened, but you guys just don't know what else to do. You just think, you know, just forget about it. You know, he ran away, he didn't take anything, he didn't get in, he didn't touch any of us. But you decide to head downstairs where the tavern keeper looks at you guys and goes, "Good morning, fellows. Did you sleep well?"
No, we had a guy. We tried to wake him up to chase after a guy that was.
Blah, 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 blah. Yes, we slept
No.
brilliantly, thank you.
No.
You guys were making quite a bit of
Let's try and get a
noise.
refund.
No.
We want a refund, someone was watching us.
Right, you guys. I think we should not tell them about the bullet in their wall.
No.
I'm sorry, what was that?
No, I'm going to take charge here because I have the leadership of 63.
Jared is taking charge of the operation.
And, well, no, we had a guy watching us through the window last night.
Oh, really? Oh,
Yeah.
that is bad.
Like, there was he was like stalking us or something. So we tried to get him up and he wouldn't, and we nearly killed each other.
Was the guy, by any chance, climbing up the drain pipe to reach your window?
Yes. Yes, he was, in fact.
And it turns out you guys were visited by Bertoldo. He is a renowned thief in these parts. He's been tracked, but never caught. You guys are lucky you bolted the windows, otherwise he could have got in. He has